Let's have a second technique to measure residual volume. That is the open circuit system. We can also say nitrogen washout method. Okay. So in last class we discussed helium dilution method. In that helium dilution method, we followed one principle, that is law of conservation mass, and then we have discussed why the helium is being used. Right. The same concept we are going to use here. That is the same principle, that is law of conservation of mass. Here also we are going to have C1 V1 is equal to C2 V2. The thing is that here we have used gas, that is the nitrogen. The reason is that the nitrogen, that is the 21 percentage of nitrogen we can see in the atmosphere. Uh, 78 sorry 78 percentage in nitrogen, that is 21 percentage is oxygen, remaining is inert gas. The reason why we have chosen the nitrogen gases is reason which we discussed the same for helium dilution method. So it is less diffusible. Okay, it is not I'm not telling it is not diffusible, it is least diffusible one. It can be bearable until the experiment is gets done. So even though if it gets diffused also, it will not give any adverse reaction inside your body, since it is one of the gas which we are having in daily process during inhalation and exhalation. It's one of the atmospheric. It is one of the composition which is present in the atmospheric air. That is the reason we have choosing this nitrogen gas molecule in this method. Then you can ask question, what is that washout? Okay, so the washout is that here we are going to take those nitrogen composition, and from that is the concentration of nitrogens from your lungs. By removing that, we could able to get to know what is the concentration of, that is what is your residual volume. The same concept when we have to start this experiment in order to measure the residual volume, in the sense that is the end of deep escalation. If you want FRC, that is a functional residual capacity, means you can measure at the end of normal escalation, because the end reservoir volume and the residual volume, it will combine, will give functional residual capacity. So the based on the requirement what you want, you can start the experiment at that time, at the what I discussed at the time of normal escalation or deep escalation. This is the one point. Now we will coming into the main concept, nitrogen washout method. Okay, here also we have one setup. Okay, which is a known concentrate, which is the uh, known volume. You can also say one bag with the known volume. Okay, in that bag you are going to collect nitrogen, which is which is held inside your lungs. This is the concept, that outside you are going to have one airbag. From the end of the airbag you have connection of pipeline, that is the two-way pipeline. Here we have, it's the one-way pipeline we have used, and the other end of pipeline which is connected to the mouth of the patient. Okay, so and then in the other end, okay, this is the one way. In the other hand we are giving the supplement of pure oxygen. The reason is that we are in Tentlar bag, that is the bag which is placed to collect the nitrogen. It just collect what is the exhale. Then the people having the process during having the process of inhalation, they should not inhale the normal atmospheric air, because here we have to concentrate only the nitrogen which is present in the lungs. Okay, that is especially the present in the residual volume. So the amount of residual volume whatever we are taking out, okay, so from that concentration we come to know what is the uh, your known residual volume. Okay, so that is the basic concept which here involved. Okay, so what will happen, this is not one set of experiment. Here you have to take multiple breath. Okay, you have to take multiple breath. So first the patient is exhaling, so some amount of nitrogen gases is moving out, which is being collected in the bag. So again, the patient is taking pure oxygen, because there is no more any other gases are not there. So they, when they are taking pure oxygen, again it will goes inside your lungs, and when they are exhaling, the what are the remaining nitrogen which is present in the residual volume will again come out, when the patient is exhaling. Again, the patient take deep inhaling by using pure oxygen. Only pure oxygen will get inside the lungs, and the residual nitrogen will get washed out at escalation. So, and it is get collected in the lungs volumes. So this experiment is keeps on going like this. At one point it will get stopped when there is no nitrogen is remaining to wash away or to remove away from the lungs. So this is the point the experiment should stop here. the Now I think you get to know why the 100% oxygen is giving. In place of 100%, if you are the patient is taking normal oxygen, normal air which is present in the atmosphere, in the sense, so normal air you have a different composition of gases, including nitrogen also there, that is again 20 percentage of nitrogen. So the during exhaling, nitrogen is going out. Again the patient is inhaling nitrogen composition, in the sense the left or the place which is leftover, it's been get filled by inhaling the nitrogen which is being inhaled at the process. Okay, so it goes out again, it will get inside, it goes out again, it gets inside. In the sense, it is very tedious process. We can't able to find residual volume even at the end of the experiment. The experiment it's never going to get end. So that is the reason, in order to avoid this confusion, so we are not using normal atmosphere air during inhalation process. We are just giving, assisting the people by giving pure oxygen. So in this way, we are not having confusion of in nitrogens going out and inside. We are just collecting the nitrogen, which is a hold remaining inside the residual volume. So we are keep on removing the nitrogen. At one point we will know the amount of nitrogen just being collected in some amount of bag. Okay, we will come to know what is your residual volume. This is the concept of open circuit system. Okay, so the reason is that here we are not taking consideration of that volume of bag and the residual volume as one compartment. Here the volume of the bag is a different compartment, your lung volume is different compartment, so it is an open circuit system. Whereas in that Hailian dilation method is a closed circuit system, so that when we are calculating V2, we are taking consideration of spirometer setup also. Okay, so next method we will see in next class.